I'm Bridget Malone, and I invested $7 million in a sleek mansion in Topeka's suburbs seeking solitude after years ruling interior design. Just as I started unpacking, my sister's text struck like a thunderclap. We're on our way. 12 of us. Beds, towels, food, set it up. 3 weeks. 1 hour out, little sis, get moving. Her brazen demands lit a fire in me, and I devised a plan to derail their invasion. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and share your most shocking family betrayal in the comments. Let's hear it. My phone's ping shattered the quiet. Setting down a ceramic vase, I answered, expecting a work call. Little sis, we're coming. My sister's voice lashed out, no courtesy, just orders. 12 people, beds, towels, food, everything. 3 weeks. 40 minutes, hurry up. My fingers gripped the phone, rage surging. Years of hard work, sacrifices, all for this refuge. Boxes littered my granite counters, spaces still unclaimed. Kayla, I just moved in. No guest rooms ready. Save it, Bridget. Her tone shredded my calm. You're loaded. You've got space. No excuses. Kayla, I'm swamped with boxes. No setup for 12. Deal with it. You're rich, right? What's your problem? Car horns blared behind her. Mom and Dad are ready. Jordan's group too. Huge family blowout. Family blowout. The words hit like a punch. After all I'd given, they treated my home like their personal resort. I need time next month. Her scoff cut me off. We're driving, Bridget. Don't mess this up. Mom's thrilled about your fancy place. 3 weeks, 12 people. Stop complaining. Family's family, you always say. Her arrogance twisted my insides. Get it ready. Wine's coming, clear the fridge. Mom wants the master suite. Prime view. My suite. My sanctuary. Call ended. I stood, phone burning in my hand, fury rising. 35 minutes. This was my haven, not their playground. What would I do to stop them? I paced the foyer, my footsteps echoing on polished marble, heart pounding from Kayla's callous demands. 35 minutes until 12 people stormed my mansion, treating it like their personal resort. My phone buzzed again, another text from my sister. Make sure the pool's heated. Jordan loves night swims. I stared at the words, anger simmering. My pool, my home, my rules. Yet they acted like I owed them a vacation. Car engines roared up the driveway, gravel crunching under tires. Through the tall windows I saw 3 vehicles pull into my circular drive, a black SUV, a sedan, a pickup loaded with coolers and bags. Doors slammed, voices chattered loud and careless. I gripped the door handle, steeling myself. This wasn't a visit. It was an invasion. I opened the door before they could knock, hoping to hold some control. Kayla strutted in, first designer sunglasses perched on her head, despite the evening shade, her stride oozing confidence. Hey, little sis, this place is insane. Her voice carried a fake sweetness as she scanned my foyer like she was pricing it. Mom followed, arms crossed, eyeing my chandelier. Dad trailed with a cooler, grumbling about the drive. Jordan, Kayla's friend, hauled a duffel bag, already scoping out my living room. Kayla, I told you I'm not set up for guests. My voice was firm, but she waved me off, stepping past me. Relax, Bridget. We're here now. Where's the master suite? Mom's calling dibs. Her casual entitlement hit like a slap. I blocked her path to the hallway. That's my room, Kayla. Off limits. She laughed, sharp and mocking. Don't be selfish. We drove 3 hours. Mom deserves the best view for her morning coffee. Mom nodded, her expression smug, as if I owed her luxury. Dad set the cooler down, already cracking open a beer. Bridget, it's family. Lighten up. You've got all this space. Family. The word stung. I'd funneled over $300,000 to them, Kayla's car payments, Mom and Dad's mortgage help, even Jordan's emergency loans. Every time I'd swallowed my frustration, thinking family meant sacrifice. But this was theft disguised as kinship. Jordan dropped his bag on my rug, smirking. Nice digs, Bridget. Perfect for a party. He headed toward my glass doors, eyeing the pool. I stepped forward. Nobody's using the pool until we talk. My voice shook, but I held my ground. Kayla rolled her eyes. Talk. We're here to relax, not negotiate. Show us the rooms. I stood firm. You can't just barge in and claim my house. Kayla's face hardened. Stop acting like you're above us. You've got money, so share it. Mom chimed in, her tone icy. Bridget, you've always been too precious about your things. Dad took a swig of beer, muttering. She's right. Family helps family. Their words twisted like a knife. I'd paid off Kayla's credit cards $25,000 when her boutique failed. Covered Mom and Dad's property taxes $40,000 over 2 years. Sent Jordan $10,000 for his business venture that never materialized. Over $300,000 in 6 years, and they still treated me like a selfish outsider. Kayla pushed past me toward the hallway, her heels clicking on my floor. Let's check out the master suite. Mom, you'll love it. I grabbed her arm, not hard, but enough to stop her. Get out of my hallway. My voice was steel now. This is my home. She yanked her arm free, eyes flashing. Don't touch me, Bridget. You're embarrassing yourself. Jordan laughed from the living room, already flipping on my sound system. Music blared, shaking the walls. Mom and Dad exchanged glances, then followed Kayla like she was their leader. I stood frozen, watching strangers, my own family, claim my space. Jordan's voice carried over the music. This pool's begging for a party. He slid open the glass doors, letting in a breeze. I stormed over. Close that door. Nobody's using my pool. He grinned, unfazed. Chill, Bridget. It's just family having fun. Fun. My sanctuary was becoming their playground, and I was the hired help. Kayla emerged from the kitchen, phone in hand, filming. Guys, look at this place. My sister's mansion is unreal. She panned across my counters, still cluttered with boxes. Perfect for our getaway, right? Her voice dripped with fake enthusiasm, like she was selling my home to her followers. I snatched the phone from her hand. Stop filming my house, she gasped, dramatic. That's my phone. Give it back. I held it firm. Not until you listen. This isn't your vacation spot. Kayla's eyes narrowed. You're so ungrateful. We're family, and you're treating us like strangers. Mom stepped in, her voice sharp. Bridget, give her the phone. You're making a scene. A scene. In my own home. I returned the phone, but my patience was fraying. You need to leave. All of you. Kayla laughed again, colder this time. Leave. We just got here. Jordan's already planning a barbecue. Dad nodded, sipping his beer. Let's not overreact, Bridget. It's just 3 weeks. 3 weeks of my life, my space, my peace, stolen. Jordan opened the cooler, passing beers to 2 others I didn't even know. They sprawled on my couch, feet on my coffee table. Kayla kept filming, narrating. Check out this view. We're staying here for weeks. My stomach churned as her followers' likes ticked up on her screen. I tried again, voice louder. Everyone out. This is my house, not a hotel. Kayla spun around, phone still recording. Stop being dramatic. We're family, Bridget. You owe us this. Owe them. After $300,000, I owed them nothing. Mom's voice cut in low and accusing. You've changed, Bridget. Money's made you selfish. Selfish. The word burned. I'd given them everything, money, time, trust, only to have my home invaded. Jordan cranked the music louder, grinning. Lighten up, Bridget. Let's make this a party. He headed for the pool again, ignoring me. I followed, shouting. Stay away from my pool. He turned, smirking. What's your deal? It's just a pool. Kayla joined him, phone still out. She's always like this, guys. Thinks she's too good for us. Her followers were eating it up, comments flooding her screen. I grabbed the door handle, slamming it shut. Nobody's using my pool. Nobody's staying here. Kayla's face darkened. You're ruining everything. We drove hours for this. Mom wants the master suite and you're throwing a tantrum. Mom nodded, her eyes cold. Bridget, you're disappointing us. Dad just shrugged, sipping his beer. I looked at them. My family, my betrayers standing in my foyer claiming my life. My hands shook, not with fear, but with rage. I'd given them $300,000 over 6 years, car payments, taxes, loans, thinking it was love. But love doesn't demand your home, your peace, your dignity. Kayla's phone kept recording her voice mocking. Look at her, guys. So dramatic. I stepped closer, voice low. You have 10 minutes to pack up and leave. Kayla laughed, but it wavered. You're joking, right? Mom's voice was sharp. Bridget, don't be ridiculous. Dad set his beer down, finally speaking up. Let's talk this out. No cops, no drama. Cops. The word sparked an idea. They thought they could bully me in my own home, but I wasn't their doormat anymore. I turned toward the kitchen, phone in hand, my plan taking shape. Kayla's voice followed, taunting. Where you going, little sis, running away? No, I wasn't running, I was fighting back. I stood in my foyer watching my own family turn my mansion into their personal nightclub. Kayla's phone was still out, filming every corner for her followers, her voice shrill as she narrated. This kitchen's insane, guys. Perfect for our 3-week getaway. Jordan cranked the music louder, bass shaking my walls. 2 strangers, Kayla's friends I assumed, raided my fridge, pulling out my groceries like they owned them. Mom lounged on my velvet sofa, sipping wine from my crystal glass, while Dad tossed empty beer cans onto my coffee table. This wasn't a visit. It was a takeover. I stormed to the living room, voice cutting through the noise. Everyone stop. You need to leave now. Kayla spun around, phone still recording, her laugh sharp. Leave, little sis, we just got here. Chill out. Her followers' comments flashed on her screen, praising her, mocking me. Jordan smirked, leaning against my glass doors. Come on, Bridget, it's a party. Loosen up. My hands clenched, nails digging into palms. Loosen up. You're trashing my home. I pointed at the beer cans, the muddy footprints on my rug. Jordan shrugged, opening another can. It's just a mess. We'll clean it later. Mom chimed in, her tone dripping disdain. Bridget, you're overreacting. This is family time. Dad nodded, barely looking up. Let's not make a big deal, kid. Family time. The phrase felt like a lie. I'd given them over $300,000, Kayla's failed boutique, Mom and Dad's debts, Jordan's loans, thinking it bonded us. But this, they were looting my life. I raised my voice. Get out. All of you. This is my house. Kayla's eyes narrowed, phone still up. You're embarrassing yourself, Bridget. Her voice mocked, but I caught a flicker of unease. She wasn't used to me pushing back. Jordan laughed, heading outside. Pool's calling, guys. He slid the glass doors open, and 3 others followed, splashing into my heated pool without asking. My pool, the one I'd designed for quiet evenings, not their chaos. I followed, shouting, Stay out of my pool. Jordan turned, dripping water on my deck, grinning. What's the big deal? It's just a swim. Kayla kept filming, narrating. My sister's freaking out over nothing, guys. Look at this pool. Her followers ate it up, comments piling on. Mom stood nearby, shaking her head. Bridget, you're acting like a child. Dad added, his voice gruff. Stop making a scene. A scene. In my own home. I grabbed Kayla's arm, stopping her mid-video. Turn that off and leave. She yanked free, eyes flashing. Don't touch me. You're pathetic, Bridget. Her phone kept rolling, capturing my fury for her audience. Jordan laughed louder, splashing water. This place is perfect for parties, Bridget. Thanks for hosting. Hosting. The word burned. I wasn't hosting, I was being overrun. I stepped back, voice shaking with rage. You have 5 minutes to pack up and go. Kayla's laugh was colder now. 5 minutes. We're staying 3 weeks. Mom wants the master suite and you're throwing a tantrum. Mom nodded, sipping her wine. You've always been selfish, Bridget. Selfish. After $300,000 after years of bailing them out, I was selfish. Jordan and his friends kept swimming, their laughter echoing. Kayla resumed filming, panning to my artwork still in boxes. Check out this stuff, guys. My sisters loaded. Her followers' likes surged, each one a jab at my dignity. I turned to Dad, hoping for reason. Dad, tell them to stop. He shrugged, cracking another beer. They're just having fun, Bridget. Relax. Fun. My sanctuary was a circus, and I was the outsider. Kayla's voice rang out, still filming. Let's see the master suite. She marched toward my hallway, Mom trailing behind, wine glass in hand. I blocked the hallway, arms crossed. Nobody's going in there. That's my room. Kayla's eyes glinted, phone aimed at me. You're so dramatic. We drove 3 hours. Mom deserves that view. Mom smirked, swirling her wine. It's only fair, Bridget. You've got so much. Fair. Nothing about this was fair. I'd paid off Kayla's $40,000 credit card debt, covered Mom and Dad's $60,000 mortgage arrears, even sent Jordan $15,000 for his startup that went nowhere. Over $300,000, and they still demanded my home. My voice hardened. Get out or I'm calling the cops. Kayla froze, phone lowering slightly. Cops? You're bluffing. Her voice wavered, but she recovered fast, laughing. You wouldn't dare. Mom's eyes widened, but she stayed silent. Dad set his beer down, frowning. Bridget, don't be stupid. Let's talk this out. Jordan called from the pool, mocking. Yeah, Bridget, chill. It's just family. Family. The word was poison now. I pulled my phone from my pocket, stepping toward the kitchen. Kayla's voice followed, taunting. Running to cry, little sis. Her followers were still watching, comments flooding in. I ignored her, dialing 911. The operator's calm voice steadied me. 911, what's your emergency? I need police at my home. People are here refusing to leave. My voice was steady rage turning to resolve. Sirens in the distance answered before the operator could. Are you in danger, ma'am? Not yet, but they won't leave, despite me asking. I gave my address, hands steady now. Can you confirm this is your property? Yes, I'm the homeowner. Bought it last month. Papers are in my office. Kayla's phone was still up, but her face paled as sirens grew louder. What are you doing? Bridget? Her voice cracked, losing its smug edge. Mom stepped forward, wine glass shaking. You're calling the cops on us. Your own family. Dad's face darkened. This is low, Bridget. Even for you. Low. After they'd invaded my home, trashed my peace, and mocked my boundaries, I was the villain. Jordan climbed out of the pool, dripping, his grin gone. What's going on, cops? He looked at Kayla, uneasy. Her friends stopped splashing, whispering among themselves. Kayla tried to rally them, voice forced. She's bluffing, guys. She won't do it. But I already had. The operator's voice cut through. Officers are en route, ma'am. Stay safe. Estimated arrival in 10 minutes. I hung up, facing Kayla. You were warned. Leave now or they'll make you. Her phone dropped to her side, her followers missing the drama now. You're insane, Bridget. This is our family. Our family. I'd given them everything only to be treated like a doormat. Jordan grabbed a towel, muttering, Let's just go, Kayla. This is getting crazy. But Kayla stood her ground, eyes blazing. No way. We're staying. She turned to Mom. Tell her, Mom. This is ridiculous. Mom hesitated, then spoke, her voice cold. You're tearing us apart, Bridget. Dad nodded, his beer forgotten. Think about what you're doing. Family doesn't do this. But family didn't invade homes or demand master suites either. The sirens grew louder, cutting the night air. Kayla's friends scrambled, grabbing bags, whispering nervously. Kayla's voice rose, desperate now. You'll regret this, Bridget. Her phone was back up, filming again. Look at this, guys. My sister's calling cops on her own family. Her followers' comments surged, but I didn't care. My home, my rules. The sirens were close now, lights flashing down my driveway. Jordan tossed his towel aside, heading for the sedan. I'm out. This isn't worth it. Kayla grabbed his arm. Don't leave. She's bluffing. But her voice shook. Mom and Dad exchanged glances, their confidence crumbling. The music still blared, but the party was over. My heart pounded, not with fear, but with clarity. I wasn't their servant anymore. The sirens stopped, car doors slamming outside. Kayla's phone kept rolling, but her hands trembled. What would happen when the cops walked in? The sirens blared closer, red and blue lights flashing across my driveway, cutting through the chaos of Kayla's makeshift party. I stood in the foyer, phone still in hand from the 911 call, heart steady with resolve. My sister's voice echoed from the living room, sharp and panicked. Bridget, you actually called the cops. Her phone was down now, her followers missing the real drama. Jordan scrambled from the pool, grabbing his towel, his smirk gone. Mom's wine glass trembled in her hand, and Dad's beer sat forgotten on my coffee table. The music still pounded, but the party's bravado was crumbling. 2 officers stepped through my front door, their boots heavy on my marble floor. The older one, Officer Daniels, scanned the scene. Beer cans, muddy footprints, Kayla's friends frozen mid-party. Ma'am, are you the homeowner who reported trespassers? His voice was calm but firm, addressing me directly. Yes, I'm Bridget Malone. This is my property. I pulled the deed from my office, hands steady as I handed it over. These people arrived uninvited and refused to leave. Kayla stepped forward, her voice shrill. This is a family misunderstanding, officer. My sister's just stressed from moving. She tried her fake sweetness, but it fell flat. Officer Daniels examined the deed, ignoring her. Ms. Malone, you've got legal rights here. Nobody stays without your permission. The younger Officer Martinez surveyed the group. How many people are present? 12 when they arrived. Some might have slipped out when they heard sirens. Jordan was already at the sedan, tossing bags inside, muttering, This is nuts. Let's go. Kayla shot him a glare, trying to hold her ground. Officers, we're her family. Doesn't that count? Martinez's expression stayed neutral. Family doesn't override property rights, ma'am. Ms. Malone decides who stays. The words hit like a gavel. For the first time, someone backed my boundaries. Kayla's face twisted, her phone back up, filming again. You're recording this, I snapped, stepping toward her. She smirked, defiant. My followers deserve to know how you're treating us, Bridget. Mom chimed in, her voice icy. You're breaking our family apart, Bridget. Dad shook his head, muttering, Calling cops on your own blood. Low blow. Low blow. After they'd invaded my home, trashed my peace, and mocked my demands to leave, I was the traitor. Officer Daniels turned to me. Ms. Malone, do you want these individuals removed? His question hung heavy, all eyes on me. Kayla's glare, Mom's scowl, Dad's frown, Jordan's unease. Yes, I said, voice clear. I want them all out now. Martinez addressed the group. You've got 10 minutes to gather your things and leave. Anyone still here after that faces trespassing charges. The room erupted in chaos. Jordan and 2 others bolted for the pickup, tossing coolers in the back. Kayla's friends grabbed bags, whispering nervously. Mom set her wine glass down, her lips tight. You'll regret this, Bridget. Dad grabbed his cooler, grumbling. This is how you treat us. Kayla stood her ground, phone still filming. You're a disgrace, Bridget. Her voice shook, but her eyes burned with defiance. She panned the camera to the officers. Look, guys, my sister's kicking us out like criminals. Her followers' comments flooded in, outraged, sympathetic, clueless. I didn't flinch. Keep filming, Kayla, it won't change the law. Officer Daniels stepped between us. Ma'am, put the phone down and start packing. Any more resistance and we'll escort you out. Kayla lowered her phone, her face pale, but she didn't move. Jordan was already in the sedan, engine running. Let's go, Kayla. This isn't worth it. Her friends followed, hauling bags, avoiding my gaze. Mom and Dad lingered, Mom's voice low. You're no daughter of mine, Bridget. The words cut, but I held firm. You chose this when you barged in. Dad shook his head, following Mom to their car. Kayla was last, her heels clicking as she dragged her suitcase. "This isn't over, Bridget. You'll see." Her threat hung like smoke as the final car peeled out, taillights fading into the night. Silence fell heavy and surreal. My mansion was mine again, but the air felt tainted. Beer cans littered my counters, footprints marred my rug, and Mom's wine glass sat abandoned. I sank onto the sofa, exhausted but unyielding. They'd crossed a line and I'd held my ground, but something told me this wasn't the end. By morning, my phone lit up with notifications, dozens from social media texts, even emails from old friends. Kayla had posted a video late last night, filmed in her car, tears streaming down her face. My sister kicked us out of her mansion, called cops on her own family. Money's changed her. She's not the Bridget we knew. The post had over 50 shares already, comments piling on. Heartbreaking. How could she do this? Poor Kayla. My stomach twisted. She'd weaponized her tears, painting me as the villain. Another post followed, this one from Mom. "My daughter turned her back on us. We just wanted to share her success, but she's too selfish now." Dad hadn't posted, but his silence spoke volumes. Kayla's friends chimed in, amplifying the lies. Jordan wrote, "Drove 3 hours for a family visit, got treated like thieves. Rich people problems." The narrative was slick, emotional, and false. They'd left out the invasion, the demands, the $300,000 I'd given them over 6 years, Kayla's debts, Mom and Dad's bills, Jordan's scams. My generosity was erased, replaced with their sob story. I opened Kayla's video again, her voice trembling for effect. "We just wanted to spend time with her. She called cops on Mom and Dad." "Who does that?" Comments flooded in, old neighbors, distant cousins, even my high school art teacher. "Disgusting. Money corrupts. Kayla deserves better." Each word stung, but I wasn't surprised. Kayla knew how to play the victim, and social media ate it up. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, tempted to reply. "This is a lie. They invaded my home, refused to leave. I had every right." But my words looked defensive, weak against her tearful performance. I closed the app, anger rising. They'd turned my stand into their tragedy, and people believed it. My phone buzzed again, another text from Kayla. "You think you won? Everyone sees who you really are now. Enjoy your empty mansion, little sis." The threat was clear. She'd keep pushing, keep twisting the truth. I walked to my office, pulling out my financial records. Bank statements, transfer receipts, canceled checks, $300,000 in black and white. Kayla's boutique bailout, $40,000. Mom and Dad's mortgage, $60,000. Jordan's startup, $15,000. Every dollar documented, a shield against their lies. I'd given them everything only to be painted as a selfish monster. My phone kept buzzing, more comments, more shares. Kayla's video had hit 100 shares by noon, local blogs picking it up as a juicy family feud. I tried commenting on her post. Kayla brought 12 people uninvited, demanded my master suite, refused to leave. Cops confirmed my rights. But the replies came fast. Gaslighting much, Bridget. Why turn on family? Sounds exaggerated. Kayla responded, her words calculated. See how she twists it, always playing the victim. Her followers piled on, and Mom added, "My daughter's lost her way." I scrolled, heart pounding, as the lies spread faster than I could counter. Even my old friend Lisa commented, "Bridget, this doesn't sound like you. What's going on?" The betrayal cut deeper than their invasion. They'd hijacked my reputation, using my silence to fuel their story. But silence wasn't surrender. I grabbed my laptop, opening my banking app. Every transaction, every dollar I'd given them was their proof they couldn't erase. Kayla thought she'd won the narrative, but I'd fight back with facts. I dialed my lawyer, Susan Harper, her number saved from the mansion purchase. "Susan, it's Bridget. My family's slandering me online after I kicked them out for trespassing. I've got records of $300,000 I gave them. Can we do something?" Her voice was steady, professional. Send me everything, statements, screenshots, texts. We'll build a case. Defamation, maybe financial abuse. You've got a strong hand. Hanging up, I felt a shift. Kayla's war was on social media, but mine would be in court. Her lies were loud, but my evidence was louder. What would she do when the truth came out? I sat at my desk laptop, glowing in the dim light, scrolling through Kayla's latest post. Her accusations had spread like wildfire, but I wasn't backing down. My financial folders were open, bank statements, wire transfers, emails, confirming payments, $300,000 over 6 years, all documented. Kayla's boutique bailout, $40,000. Mom and Dad's mortgage rescue, $60,000. Jordan's emergencies, $15,000. The numbers stared back a record of my generosity turned weapon. Susan's email pinged. Files received. This is solid, Bridget. We can pursue unjust enrichment and defamation. Send more if you have it. I dug deeper, pulling receipts for Kayla's credit card debts, $25,000 wiped clean when she overspent. Mom and Dad's tax liens, $30,000. Jordan's business loans, another $10,000. Spreadsheets mapped the pattern, requests starting small, growing bolder. I zipped the files, replying, timeline attached. Let's nail this. Her response: excellent. Filing motion tomorrow. In the meantime, post the evidence online. Facts beat tears. I opened social media, heart racing. My post from yesterday had gained traction, but Kayla's video still dominated. I crafted a follow-up, addressing the family claims. Here's more proof of support, $300,000 in transfers. Screenshots attached, dates and amounts clear. Legal action pending for false statements. Posted, tagged everyone. The reaction was immediate. Likes surged, shares doubled. A cousin commented, Bridget, this is huge. Kayla never said a word about the money. An old friend from design work, I knew something was off. Good for you standing up. Comments on Kayla's page turned hostile. Explain the cash, Kayla. If Bridget gave that much, why trash her? Jordan's profile went private, no defense. Mom posted a vague reply, private matters. But it backfired, comments piling on. Private until you went public. And Dad stayed silent his usual way. Kayla's followers, once loyal, questioned her. One wrote, receipts don't lie. Kayla, you look shady. Her video views stalled, dislikes climbing. My phone rang. Susan. Your posts are shifting opinion. We'll use them in court. Keep screenshots of their responses. I captured everything. Kayla's defensive comments. Mom's weak post, the growing doubt. A family friend messaged, Bridget, I believe you. Kayla's story crumbled when I saw the numbers. I added more to my post, breakdown of key payments. Kayla's boutique, $40,000. Mortgage help, $60,000. No emotion, just facts. Shares hit 300. Local groups shared it, comments supporting me. Bridget's generous. Kayla's playing victim. Even strangers chimed in, evidence wins. Kayla's tears fake. Kayla called, voice cracking. Bridget, stop. You're destroying us. I kept cool. You started the lies. Now face the truth. She hung up, but her next post was frantic. Those were gifts, not loans. Bridget's exaggerating. Comments roasted her. Show your bank statements then. Why hide? Susan called back. They're panicking. We have detrimental reliance, their dependence on your money without repayment, plus defamation from her videos. Court in 2 days. Prep your statement. I felt the momentum, my evidence a shield. Kayla's emotional manipulation was failing against cold, hard proof. Notifications kept coming. My post reached 500 shares. A former client commented, proud of you, Bridget. Strength in truth. Kayla's page flooded with demands. Answer the receipts, Kayla. Her silence spoke volumes. Jordan messaged Bridget. This is bad. Talk to Kayla. I ignored him, focusing on Susan's plan. Evening brought a twist. Kayla's new video, Bridget's attacking our family. Those gifts were her duty, but it flopped, views low, comments brutal. Duty after 300,000 greedy. Much followers unfollowed her in droves. Mom tried defending she's our daughter. Comments. Then why invade her home? Susan emailed their credibility's shot. We're ready for court. Victory seemed near, but Kayla's desperation worried me. What was her final play? I refreshed her page, one last post. You'll pay for this, Bridget. The threat hung, but my evidence was unbreakable. I walked into the Topeka courthouse, briefcase heavy with evidence, Susan Harper by my side. My heart pounded, not with fear but with certainty. Across the hallway, Kayla sat hunched beside a frazzled public defender, her usual confidence gone. Mom and Dad were there too, faces tight, avoiding my gaze. Jordan was absent, likely dodging the fallout. The courtroom air felt charged, every step echoing my resolve. Today, Kayla's lies would face my truth. Judge Larson, a stern woman with sharp eyes, opened the session. Ms. Malone, you're filing claims unjust enrichment and defamation. Present your case. Susan stood, voice steady. Your Honor, my client, Bridget Malone, provided $300,000 in financial support to her family over 6 years, documented here. She spread bank statements, transfer receipts, and spreadsheets on the table. Boutique bailout $40,000, mortgage help $60,000, loans to their friend $15,000. No repayment, only demands. Kayla's defender, a nervous man named Carter, tried to counter. These were family gifts, Your Honor, given freely. No loan agreements exist. Susan didn't flinch. The pattern shows exploitation, escalating requests, no gratitude, culminating in an uninvited invasion of Ms. Malone's home. She presented screenshots of Kayla's posts, her tearful videos accusing Bridget of selfishness while omitting the money. I took the stand, voice clear. I gave them $300,000 credit card bailouts, taxes, fake emergencies. They repaid me by barging into my mansion, demanding my master suite, and slandering me online when I stood my ground. Kayla shifted in her seat, eyes down. Mom's lips tightened. Dad stared at the floor. The truth was undeniable. Susan handed over my posts, screenshots showing public backlash against Kayla. Comments demanding her proof, questioning her story. Your Honor, Ms. Malone's evidence exposes a pattern of financial abuse and deliberate defamation. Kayla's posts caused reputational harm, misrepresenting the support provided. Carter stammered. My client believed the funds were gifts, not debts. Her social media posts were emotional, not malicious. Judge Larson raised an eyebrow, flipping through my records. Emotional or not, these statements omitted material facts, $300,000 in support. That's not a gift. It's reliance. And the home invasion. She turned to me. Ms. Malone, did you invite these individuals? No, Your Honor. I told them the house wasn't ready. They came anyway, refused to leave even after I called police. Susan added the police report detailing the trespassing charge. Officer Daniel's statement confirmed my ownership, their refusal to leave. The courtroom fell silent, Kayla's defender scribbling notes outmatched. Kayla took the stand, voice shaky but defiant. Bridget's blowing this out of proportion. We're family, she's supposed to help us. Those posts were just venting. Judge Larson cut her off. Venting doesn't justify falsehoods. Your videos accused Ms. Malone of abandoning family, ignoring her extensive support. That's defamation. Mom stood next, her voice quivering. Bridget's our daughter. We thought the mansion was for family. Larson's eyes narrowed. Family doesn't entitle you to someone's property without consent. Dad didn't testify, his silence louder than words. Carter tried one last defense. The social media posts were private expression, not public harm. Susan countered with printouts. 500 shares. Your Honor, public harm is clear. The judge reviewed the evidence, her pen tapping. Ms. Malone's documentation is meticulous: bank records, timelines, police reports. The defendants relied on her funds without repayment, then defamed her when challenged. Kayla's face paled, Mom's hands twisted together. Dad looked away, defeated. Larson delivered the ruling. For unjust enrichment, the defendants owe Ms. Malone $150,000 payable over 3 years. For defamation, a public retraction is required on all platforms where false statements were made. Non-compliance will result in asset seizure. The gavel fell sharp and final. Kayla's eyes flashed with anger, but she said nothing. Mom whispered to Dad, her face crumpling. Carter gathered his papers, head down. Susan squeezed my arm. We did it, Bridget. A clean win. I nodded, relief washing over me, but the weight of their betrayal lingered. My family, now strangers? Outside the courthouse, Kayla approached, her voice low. You happy now? You've ruined us. I met her gaze, unflinching. You ruined this when you lied, Kayla. Take responsibility. She turned away, Mom and Dad trailing her to their car. No apologies, no glances back. The bond was severed, final and complete. Back home, I posted the court outcome. Family matter resolved legally. Defendants ordered to pay $150,000 and retract false claims. Thank you for the support. Shares surged, comments flooding in. Justice served, Bridget. Truth wins. Even Lisa, my old colleague, messaged, You're incredible. Kayla's done. Kayla's retraction appeared that night, a stiff paragraph on her page. My previous posts about my sister contained inaccuracies. Court has resolved the issue. No emotion, just compliance. Her followers dwindled, her influence gutted. Mom and Dad stayed offline, their silence a retreat. Jordan texted, This is messed up, Bridget. I deleted it, done with his excuses. Susan called, her voice bright. They're complying, but stay vigilant. If they post again, we'll act fast. I thanked her, staring at my quiet mansion. The marble floors gleamed free of footprints. My pool sparkled untouched. Peace was mine again, but it felt fragile, like glass waiting to crack. I walked to my master suite, the room they'd tried to claim. Its wide windows framed the Kansas plains, a view I'd earned through years of work. Kayla's final post echoed in my mind. You'll pay for this. But she'd already lost her lies, exposed, her narrative shattered. Still, her desperation nagged at me. What could she do now? Notifications pinged, support from friends, strangers, even a local reporter asking for an interview. I ignored them, focusing on the calm. The courtroom had given me justice, but cutting ties with my family was the real victory. No more demands, no more guilt trips. I was free, but the cost was heavy. Susan emailed, payment plan filed. They'll start next month. Any new posts, let me know. I nodded to myself, saving her message. Kayla's threats were empty now, but I wouldn't let my guard down. My evidence had won this round, but her silence felt like a storm brewing. I sat on my deck, wine in hand, the quiet sinking in. The fight wasn't over, not entirely. But for now, my home was mine. My boundaries set. Kayla, Mom, Dad. They were gone, not just from my mansion, but from my life. What would their next move be? I stood on my deck, a glass of wine in hand, the Kansas plains stretching quiet and endless before my mansion. The silence was mine again. No blaring music, no muddy footprints, no entitled voices claiming my space. The courtroom victory had sealed it. Kayla owed me $150,000, her lies exposed, her retraction posted. Mom and Dad were gone, their silence final. The bond was broken, not with anger, but with clarity. My home, my life, my rules. The past week had been a whirlwind. Kayla's social media had crumbled, her followers unfollowing after her forced apology. My post, backed by bank statements, had hit 700 shares, comments flooding with support. Truth wins, Bridget. You're a hero. Even strangers messaged, inspired by my stand. Susan Harper, my lawyer, emailed last night, payment plan enforced. They're complying. Stay alert for any new posts. I saved her message, ready for anything. Walking through my mansion, I felt its peace restored. The marble floors gleamed, the pool sparkled untouched. My master suite, unviolated. Kayla's invasion. Mom's cold words. Dad's shrugs, they'd tried to steal this from me. $300,000 over 6 years, boutique bailouts, mortgage help, fake loans had bought me nothing but demands. But standing firm, calling the cops, taking them to court, that bought me freedom. I sat at my desk, laptop closed, reflecting on the cost. Cutting ties wasn't just about money or a house, it was about reclaiming my dignity. Kayla's final threat. "You'll pay for this," echoed faintly, but it was empty. Her power was gone, her lies shattered by my evidence. Mom and Dad's betrayal stung, but their absence felt lighter than their presence. Here's what I learned, and I hope you take it to heart. Family isn't a free pass to exploit you. Love doesn't mean letting people trample your boundaries. I gave them $300,000 thinking it was kindness, but it was weakness until I set limits. When Kayla barged in with 12 people demanding my home, I could have caved, kept the peace. But peace at the cost of self-respect isn't peace, it's surrender. Don't let guilt or family guilt trip you into giving up what's yours. Draw the line, hold it firm, and don't apologize for it. Evidence like my bank records can be your shield. Stand up, fight back, and don't let anyone make you the villain for protecting your life. I'm sharing this because I wish someone had told me sooner. If your family or anyone crosses your boundaries, don't hesitate. Call them out, get help, go legal if you must. You're not selfish for valuing yourself. Kayla, Mom, Dad, they chose their path, and I chose mine. No regrets, just lessons. If this resonates, take it as a warning. Protect your space, your peace, your worth. You don't owe anyone your life. Thank you to everyone who supported me, friends, strangers, even those who doubted at first but saw the truth. Your messages kept me strong. Lisa, my old colleague, wrote, "You showed us how to fight fair." My cousin David called, offering a visit with respect, not demands. That's what family should be: mutual, not manipulative. If this story hit home, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment with your own boundary battles. I want to read them. Share how you stood your ground or what you'd do in my shoes. Your stories matter, and they might help someone else find their strength. Let's keep this conversation going. I sipped my wine, the evening breeze cool on my skin. My phone stayed quiet. No threats, no pleas, no fake tears. Kayla's page was dormant, her retraction still pinned, her influence gutted. Mom and Dad hadn't reached out, their silence a choice I accepted. Jordan's single text, "Bridget, this is harsh," sat unanswered, deleted without a second thought. The plane stretched dark beyond my deck, a canvas of calm I'd fought for. Susan's warning lingered, "Stay alert," but I wasn't afraid. My evidence was ironclad, my boundaries set. If Kayla tried anything, I'd be ready. For now, my mansion was my sanctuary, not their playground. I raised my glass, toasting my freedom. The fight was over, and I'd won not just the lawsuit, but my life back.